guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler, and today we're just gonna do a real chatty week 1 review, I guess, of our homeschooling year. We are in the middle of week 2 right now, so I can recap week 1 for you and let you know how it went, because we did that soft start to school and now things are picking up a little bit, so I figured it'd be a good time to do just kind of like an overall overview of how things have been going. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Make sure that you hit the like and the subscribe button so you can get all kinds of information about homeschooling and kids and motherhood and all that fun stuff. Also, down below in the description box, I have a link to our free Facebook group for homeschooling parents, and I have some free language arts curriculum from IEW, all down there in the description box. There's a link for you. Do you guys like my Paul Washer shirt? It was my husband's, but it shrunk in the wash and now it's mine. And if you guys haven't watched this sermon, you guys need to watch this sermon. That way you at least understand the meme, because this is a meme at this point. Okay, sorry. I had to get that out of my system. Anyway, so we are in week 2 right now of school. And we started a little bit later than usual just because we had family visits happening, and I was just, I don't know, I guess I was enjoying summer a little bit too much, and I lost track of the time and I lost track of the calendar, and before I knew it, we had to start school. So I felt a little bit rushed just because I wasn't paying attention. That was totally on me. I wasn't paying attention like I should have been, and I lost track of the days. We started school on the 15th. I think it was the 15th that we started school. No. Nope, I lied. That's this week. We started on the 8th. We started on the 8th of August for school. So, but even though we started on the 8th, just because I wasn't feeling totally ready yet, we did kind of a soft start, and I have a video on that. Depending on when this one goes up, it'll be up shortly before or shortly after this video. And basically we just started with about half to 2/3 of our subjects rather than the full load. And there's a lot of reasons why I did this. My sanity was a big one. I needed I needed that soft start to help me get the motivation to do the rest of the year. We've never done this before. Usually we are just like ready to go right out the gate for the first week of school. I was not this year. So we did a soft start, and you know, honestly, I liked it more than I thought I would. I thought halfway through the week it would bug me and we would have to start all of the subjects, because I'm a very all or nothing type of person, excuse me. And I thought that would be me, and it wasn't. Like, we did the soft start throughout the whole week. Now, some people do a soft start for like a month or 6 weeks, or, you know, however long it takes. We were ready by week 2. And honestly, I needed to be ready by week 2 because we had to start those other subjects for my high schooler. I didn't have a choice. So it was a good thing that it kind of helped get me in the school mode. It helped kind of like get my brain there. So this week we were able to start all of our subjects. So first point I'm making is soft start worked, and I enjoyed it. We got to try out all of our new school books, and some of the curriculum is brand new to me, like Generations. Generations is a totally new brand to me, and just like I thought, it runs very much like master books. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the books you can't actually buy through master books. I think they might have like a master books deal. Now, I bought them directly from the Generations publisher, and you know, they had a lot of really good deals and discounts and sales going on leading up to school over the spring and summer. So I got them on sale, and I was like really happy with all the deals that I was able to get with them. And I was really hoping we were gonna like it. So far, I really, really like it. My 10th grader's favorite subject so far is God and Government, which is his government class for high school. That book is actually written by Gary DeMar, and a lot of you might recognize that name because my husband and I sure did. And when we saw that name, we were like, oh, this is going to be a good book. So We so far have really been enjoying that. And what I've been doing this year, because I have a little bit more time than I have in years past for homeschool stuff, I've actually been reading a chapter ahead of him, and I've been making discussion questions and things to kind of just check his comprehension and just to make sure that he's getting the main points of everything. So I've also really been enjoying this book, The Great Christian Classics, and this counts as a literature credit. This book is really good. I absolutely love it. We are in the first one, so that is Athanasius, and really good. That's the first time I've actually read anything from Athanasius, and so far really enjoying it. I love all the little footnotes that they have on the side and the bottom too, because that just really helps, especially when you're new to an author and there are little things in there that you're just not sure about. You don't even have to look them up. They're already in there. I love that Generations added that in there. Also, I think you can get this one through Master Books too. So it has, you know, a book and then a workbook. You don't even need a teacher book. It reminds me very, very much of the same setup as Master Books. So a lot of times it's just a textbook and then a workbook. And that workbook serves as not just the workbook, but the test booklet, the answer booklet, and the course schedule and the grading scale. Everything in there for the teacher and the student is inside of the workbook, and then you just have the external student textbook. So far, really enjoying those. We have had a different schedule. We're definitely running on a different schedule than we have in years past, and that's okay too. We're just kind of, you know, testing out different things. I'm not going to do a scheduling video yet. I want to give it a few weeks until we kind of hammer out our actual routine. And again, we do a routine. We don't do a schedule, because when you're talking about scheduling versus routine, a schedule is timestamps. So we get up at this time, we have breakfast at this time, then we do math at 9:01. We do language arts from 10 to 12, and it's not like that in my house. It's kind of like we get up when we get up. We don't sleep in, but we get up when we get up, and we don't have like a set time where we have to start every single day. Although we typically start between, I don't know, I want to say 8 and 9:30 at the latest. And you know what, right now that works really well for me. So, I'm at that stage of life right now where a late start is okay with me. I'm really good with that. So we didn't do any math the first week of school, which is actually really different for us. We typically do math as one of the first subjects, but we didn't this year. I don't know, like I like for them to do math at the beginning of the school year, just because I don't want them not doing math for too long, because math is one of those things that's just way too easy to brain dump completely from the previous year. But one of the things that I really like about teaching textbooks that I've talked about in previous videos is teaching textbooks is really great about reviewing the past year at the beginning of the new year. So if you consecutively use teaching textbooks and you're not, changing curriculum back and forth, they will review the previous year's concepts for, I don't know, at least a couple of days before they launch into the new material. So it's a little refresher course, which is kind of what the kids are doing now, which is great. But I just didn't feel like I wanted to do it just yet. I wanted to give them a week to kind of get settled in, and I was happy with that decision. We're also using teaching the classics. And you guys know I've been doing videos about this for a while now, and I am using the method that I talked about in a previous video, where we have that first week or two where we're just learning the actual method and concepts before we start any stories and literature. So right now they are on, I want to say DVD 6 of 7. I want to say that, but I might be wrong. Either way, they'll finish by the end of this week. However, my idea of just having them watch the DVDs rather than me trying to teach the concept was brilliant, because it gives me like a little while to go do something that I need or edit a video for YouTube or whatever while they sit there and watch it. And he can honestly teach it better to the kids than I could. So why not? He's teaching it on the DVD anyway to the parents. Why not have the kids just watch it? It just makes so much more sense. And that seems to be working out really well. Now the DVDs are a little long, so I've been cutting them down to the most important parts. But other than that, everything is going really great with it, and they're understanding it. They totally get it. They've been tracking with him, so I don't know. I gotta actually look and see what story we're gonna do first for teaching the classics. I haven't decided yet. Gotta figure that out. So we have a couple of suggestions, but we have not actually decided. So I think I'm gonna have the kids help me decide, because I think if we all pick the story together, it might go over a little bit easier and they might want to do it. We'll see. I also, to kind of celebrate the first week of school, did some new meals that the kids really liked. I totally made up one. One was just this taco macaroni casserole. So my kids and my husband love tacos, and they all love macaroni and cheese. So I took my personal homemade macaroni and cheese recipe, and I browned up some taco meat and did my homemade spice blend and just put it all together, and they honestly loved it. And my people are not casserole people. Like my boys, they don't like casseroles, which, you know, I really wish that my teenage boys would like casseroles, because I feel like it would save me a lot of money and it would be so much easier some days, but they're just not casserole people. But this one they really liked. I was very pleased with it. So if you need a quick meal idea, make you some taco macaroni casserole. It was really good. I made that, and then I made a new ramen recipe with premium ramen from Walmart. They loved it. I made that. We eat a lot of Korean food here. We eat a lot of Japanese food. We eat a lot of Asian food. My crew, we're Asian food lovers in my house. So I have all kinds of, you know, sauces and mixes and things like that. Ramen's been one of those foods that I just have on hand a lot, especially with a lot of the food prices and things like that. Ramen is still pretty cheap. You know, just kind of having different weeknight meals that I know that they're gonna love, or like a special dessert or something, makes the first week of school a lot more fun. So that definitely helped. I got them enrolled again in their cover school. I got all their records submitted and everything for that. So I did that last week, and I need to get my new file for them going. I'm getting to the point where my records binder is overflowing and I can't add more paperwork to it. So I'm going to have to get either a bigger binder, or I might just have to do one binder for one kid and one binder for another kid instead of having them both together. So they've been in homeschool long enough that I have records that are overflowing at this point. So, but I'm also one of those people that I like to have more than enough type of records. And I don't know, it's just my personality, I guess. And you know what else I did? I did a thing, you guys. I did a thing. I noticed that Trapper Keepers came back. I'm dating myself, don't laugh at me. I'm almost 40, okay. However, okay, that aside, Trapper Keepers were all the rage when I was a kid. I never got to have Trapper Keeper, but I bought Trapper Keepers for my kids, and they're really cool. They were only $14. I'll leave a link if I remember to in this video for them down below in my description. I got them on Amazon for 14 bucks a piece, and they're like authentic Trapper Keepers, and I'm so excited. So my youngest, he wanted animal print, so he got animals, which doesn't surprise me. And my oldest thought the 90s geometric was really cool, so he got the 90s geometric one. I love them. I kind of wish I had one, and I kind of wish I had my Lisa Frank stuff, because I know Lisa Frank came back in style, which I think is just absolutely hilarious, but I don't have a little girl, and I think my husband would think I was ridiculous if I bought Lisa Frank stationery. So I will not do that. I won't do it. Now my youngest, he started his Apologia Science, which is the physics and chemistry, I believe is what it's called. I hope I said that right. And he really likes that so far. We've done a couple of experiments, And it seems like there's more experiments this year than in previous books that we have used from Apologia, but that's okay. He's a very hands-on kid, so this is, you know, right up his alley. He really seems to like it, and so far so good with that. It seems like he's doing really good with it, and I'm definitely trying to keep more tabs. As they're growing, I'm trying to kind of test their comprehension as we're going along, which does require more involvement from me, but that's what I'm here for. So, you know, I feel like that's part of my job, and you know, I'm trying to do a good job at it. I'm trying to do as well as I can with it. Anyway, this recap is getting a little bit long, so I better cut it here. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. If you have any questions, leave them below in the description box and I will try to get to them when I can. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy homeschooling.